Our upper bracket final has been set. It's going to be Rafa versus Kilson, but we can't go there quite yet because we've got to go put the focus on the lower bracket. Coming up next, it's Wenger versus Cypher. One of these players will move on. The other go into the tournament graveyard. Jackie and Lethal joining me on the desk. Gentlemen, how's it going?
Good, really, really good. It's been sick sitting on the sidelines, watching the games, watching you as well. I didn't realize we were cosplaying today. I see the Aizen outfit. It looks really good. Keep it up.
I mean, it's like the Aizen in Witcher World. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, to be fair, you must be fresh back from filming season 2, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I took over. I dropped a few pounds though. I had to, I've got other roles I've got to be focused on. But yeah, thank you. Thank you. What are you cosplaying as then, Jackie?
I don't know, just the spotlight that Quake should get for today, because it's going to be such a good day, right? The bracket's been sick, the games have been incredible, and I can't wait for this next one. This is a slice that I want to have in terms of games to start off today.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about this one. Wenger versus Cypher. Let's start with Wenger. Had I would say, do you call it a rough match versus Kilson? Kilson's definitely playing at championship level, but Wenger showing us these glimmers of awesomeness constantly. Lethal, I'll start with you. Your thoughts on Wenger going into this matchup?
I think he's still playing very, very strong. The Maestro Man himself did very well against Kilson. I know that Kilson has just been, that's why it's called Relson or Skilson. He's not Tilson today. He's just absolutely on form. And when you're playing against a player like that, it's very, very difficult for any man to play against. But Wenger, so far from what we've seen in the Pro League overall, it looks very good. High level consistency, good placing as well. Keeps the map picks changing all the time. But from what we've seen in that last matchup, I still think he's very strong. I still think he's been doing very well throughout the entire course of the weekend with the high-level consistency, like I mentioned before. But it's against Cypher now, and it's pretty much pick your poison, because Kilson's very good. Cypher is equally as good, maybe even better, depending on how his matchup goes. But Cypher, he needs to be careful. He adapts very easily to his opponents, and this is Wenger he needs to watch out for. He needs to be a lot more predictable than he has been over the course of the weekend.
It looks like it should be a great matchup based off just like the form both of these have had. It's scary though, because I look at it, and as much as I want to say this is going to be a great day for Cypher, he's going to come out right, like he's just on the cusp of grinding his way back into being towards a final territory. But I feel like if there was anyone to actually upset him, it would be Wenger.
Yeah, it's, I would agree, right? In one of the post-game interviews, Cypher did say, hey, I think I'm playing pretty well, despite the fact that I'm in the lower bracket. He certainly sounds like he's, confident in what he knows that he can do. And so, yeah, this is going to be a true test. And frankly, it's just step one of the giant challenge that any of these players have in the lower bracket, because a win here means that you go on to play the winner of Razy versus Base. So either way, you've got to be looking forward, and it is going to be a massive, massive mountain to climb. But Cypher is a capable champion, right? And I think looking for the start to make that mark again here in Quake Champions.
Yeah, it's a long road for Cypher. He's got the championship pedigree. He's won on numerous occasions over the past God knows how many years now. But Cypher can definitely do it. There's only very, very few people who can adapt to other people's play styles and then integrate it into their own or try and be against it, and that is Cypher. He's still looking very, very strong. Even against Rafa, the scores were very close. Even though he tried to take him off guard with a Tower Cough, I think it was by like a 1 frag lead, he still looked very good. His aim skill has been great. The tracing, his strategic methods on trying to implement against Rafa at the time still looked amazing. But the question is, I think it's going to be all down to the map picks and champions on how they want things to progress. And now it's a best of 5. There may be some champions that they don't even want to play on certain maps just because they've been forced to.
Yeah. Well, let's do just that. Let's take a look at the picks and bans. I'm very curious as well. As a best of 5, it means that we got a whole lot going on here. Corrupted Keep, Molten Falls, Ruins, Deep Embrace, and Awoken. I love this map pool. Jackie, your thoughts?
Ooh, I completely subscribe to the same idea you're having with this week. Specifically, the last 3 maps for me, I think are going to be a tantalizing affair. If we get there, it will be so beautiful to have back-to-back Deep Embrace into Awoken. This looks great from a map standpoint. I'm very happy with the 5 that we've actually had coming through. Champion-wise, though, this is quite spicy. Immediately into Corrupted Keep. Both of these players are pretty proficient on it. Venger's map pick, but look at the champions that are coming out. BJ Doom, I like the look of that. I think Keep's going to be a sick first map.
Can we just mention that there's no kill on Deep Embrace? That's pretty mad, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That is pretty
Yeah.
mad. It's the first time we've seen it in a long time. But looking at the bans as well, Tower of Koth, Wenger is seen Cypher play it quite a lot, and he looks very good. So Wenger's saying, no, I'm having absolutely nothing to do with that. Cypher's banned Blood Covenant, understandable. But I feel like Cypher has got more of an edge in terms of the map picks. His 2 best maps this season has been Molten Falls, Deep Embrace. They're both fair. It's map number 2 and map number 4. But we haven't seen Athena much at all on Deep Embrace. The odd time here and there, but not a lot. But Strog, we've seen it quite often anyway. But the last one, Awoken Slash versus Definite. That's very, very, in terms of meta, we never see that at all. But last time I've seen a Slash on Awoken, I think Drummers was playing it and he got done in. So I'm hoping for Cypher, he plays it a little bit differently here.
Up against DK as well,
Yeah,
though.
exactly. It's mad, isn't it, Jack?
That is absolutely balmy. A DK pick. All right. Yeah, let's get this one going.
He
This
was
looks
the gimmick.
sick.
Definitely better than a scale pick. So I'm with this one right here. I think we're gonna have a very, very nice matchup here, gentlemen. Now, I think this one is very, very difficult to call. Lethal, going to you first. 5 maps, some very interesting champion picks. 2 players of championship potential. Where do you see this one going?
It's very difficult because these are 2 amazing plays. I'm gonna have to say my heart's with Wenger, but I think my brain is with Cypher. Cypher's been looking way too good against Rafa earlier. I know he lost 2-0, but it was very close, and I still feel like there's a lot of elements that Cypher wants to release because he said, he's still playing quite well, and I still feel like he's going to do even better coming up to today. So I think Cypher might just edge it from what we've seen against Wenger, but we'll see. But I think it's going to be a 5-mapper.
5-mapper sounds beautiful. If we get that, I'd be very happy. I'm actually on the flip side of things. I think my heart is telling me that I'd want to say Cypher, but I feel like at the moment going into this, I reckon this is where Wenger turns up and we get the 3-2 in favor of Wenger.
Yeah, I'm going to go on the opposite side. I'm going to say 3-2, but I'm going to go Cypher on this one. I think, he's in the right mindset. I think that he's played well all weekend, and even though I know the potential's there for Wenger, I'm hoping that we see a 2-2 down to map 5, and we find out what happens between DK and Slash on Awoken. It'll be pretty great. So either way, get those predictions in, get those points out there. I know some will be bankrupt in this matchup, but others will be fake internet point gajillionaires, and I'm excited to find out how that one plays out. In fact, I might just have to look really quick to see what the overall results are. 56% say Cypher's going to win. 44% say Wenger. This is just map 1, so we'll see how it plays out. But the chat has spoken. So Lethal, enjoy the games in the QPL suite. We'll come back to you on the other side. Jackie and I are going to take this one, and we'll see if it is indeed a 5-mapper.
What a dream it would be if we actually get all 5 maps out of this week. I'm excited, man. I've been sat on the sidelines. I've been getting antsy all day, seeing the games going down. So I'm actually quite excited to be me and you on the mic for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm right there with you, and couldn't be a better match, I think. Both players fighting for their tournament lives here. A lot on the line, and I literally feel like I could tip the scale to either player in this one. They both want it badly. Cypher to continue to solidify his legacy and his history here in Quake. Wenger to, find that opportunity to say, yes, I'm a champion and I'm going to ride this wave as much as I can. Either way, this is what Championship Sunday is all about.
It is. It really is. We're so close to having the first name for the second season etched into the belt, right? And all of the players that are left in the tournament at this point absolutely could be there. They've all had huge moments in Quake history throughout multiple years, and this is another exciting matchup. The prestige, the past of Quake from Cypher, and the new up-and-comer, the big man that's getting better results every time we have him in these stage finals. It's Wenger, and we're into the first map.
Yes, we are. And I'm so happy that we're starting things off here on Keep because I think it is going to be rowdy and dirty and messy. And that's the way that we like it here in the Quake Arena. So looking off the first spawn, Cypher did get that Mega. Wenger, whose eyes we are looking through right now, did get the heavy. And we haven't seen our first engagement quite yet. There it is. Some tri-bolt damage coming out there by Wenger. And going to quickly make his way back over to the heavy. And, you know, Cypher had the exact same idea. That means that Mega Health is up. But Wenger in a great spot to just rotate on over and grab it. And he will, having full control here in the first minute of the game.
It's working out very nicely for him. Cypher as well. The scary prospect being how good he's been with his LG over the course of this tournament. And now he has the opportunity to bring out 2 of them with the BJ pick, but he's being pushed off the heavy. It's up in 2 seconds. He drops his way back down, and the LG of Wenger does a lot, but Cypher pulls it out, snatches that one away, buffing out the damage as well, and racing his way back over towards Mega.
Yeah, didn't even use the dual wield, but he does bring it out after the spawn. Lightning gun does a little bit of damage as well as the shotgun, but Cypher not able to convert that frag. He does pick up his first frag of the game, but you know, nothing on top of that, and that's Wenger's going to be very happy about that he was able to get away okay. Lights picked up by Cypher as he's going to reposition and set up here, waiting for his opponent to come through that teleporter. Does a couple nail gun shots and followed up with the LG. But some back and forth in the beautiful dance that we often see here on Keep to kick things off.
Doing a great job of just chipping back that HP of Wenger every time he reveals himself. Cypher taking it a little bit slower here as well. Got 5 seconds until Heavy's up. He races in behind him. The dual wield comes out. Double LG doesn't miss and snatches away his second. He can also win that major item as well now as he pushes back over. And this is going quite nicely. Slow and steady stuff on Keep. He's not playing too ridiculous. We're 2 minutes in. He's already picked himself 2 frags. If he wins out on the Mega as well, it could have been ridiculous. But instead, it'll just hit him with the LG. Wow, Wenger is taking a beating for any items he wants to take.
I mean, that Mega was just completely negated right there. And, you know, this is why I love the BJ pick here on Keep for exactly the reason that we saw there in that last frag from Cypher. You know, you get a drop, you surprise your opponent a little bit with the dual shotguns or LG, and it can get real nasty. And that's exactly what Cypher's trying to do. He's going to do this once again to protect this Mega. Coming down with the double LG, grabs the Mega. Is he going to be able to get any more damage? Waiting for his opponent to come through, but Wenger just not giving up and you know, keeping the pressure on, which I like, right? Not completely kowtowing to Cypher, despite the fact that he might have a little bit better item control. Great rocket coming in, followed up by a shotgun, and the first frag for Wenger is up, and he's on the board.
Oh, and he really wants to follow that up with a second one off the back of the spawn as well. The rocket aiding his movement. He closed the gap immediately. Oof. It's scary, though. Even with Cypher being low on stack, he's still got the confidence to swing into a lot of these fights. Both of them effectively mirror images at this point. 10 seconds as well till Heavy's up. Although Wenger's there, nesting on top of it, he's still going to have to wait a fair bit of time. Time where Cypher can slowly build himself back up, put some plasters on, and buff out some of the damage that was done.
A little bit early there on the dual wield, but does manage to get a little bit of damage. Both players about even on the stack. Mega is about to spawn, and Cypher is going to go ahead and give that one up. And you said something, Jackie, you know, confidence. And I love it when 2 players have equal levels of confidence, because it means that you are going to see a display of incredible skills. Some risks being taken here, but all the right risks, right? The ones that we would expect to see. And so far, pretty low scoring game. Cypher gets hit with quite a bit of LG damage. The double rockets come out, but it's not going to be enough. Wenger, again, feeling confident, pulls out that super shotgun, ties this game up 2-2.
This is nice. And you're right, I think this comes back to a lot about what Harry was talking about, right? The fact that Cypher, he can match the tempo of his opponent quite easily. He knows when he needs to adapt his play style. Right now, they're both looking very similar in their approach. Clean tag. Cypher lucky to be alive on the getaway. Wenger wins the heavy as well because of it. But Cypher, he could be dropping another frag here. He's chased.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Wenger has an idea. He's in the back hallways, and he is right. But with no armor, 0 stack there for Cypher, he actually melts like butter, and that gives Wenger the lead for the first time in this matchup, 3-2. With 5 minutes still left to go. Lots of time here on this map, and you kind of expect, a little bit higher score, but again, these players doing that dance that we talked about earlier, and certainly not giving each other a whole lot of room here. Now, Cypher, I think the big question is, what is he going to do to reopen the door of opportunity? Wenger in all the right spots in terms of positioning. Rocket jump up to the top. LG coming out, will give chase. He sees that the Mega is up. It'll grab that cleanly, and once again is in complete control here on Corrupted Keep.
This hurts so much as well. Cypher, he's not been able to win out on any of these major items. He's had 2 heavies and 3 megas this entire time to the 10 and 8 of Wenger. Wenger has full control of the map, and Cypher, he just has to build himself back up from the smaller items all the time. He's never got an edge into these fights, and Wenger playing confidently keeps him in check. That's another free mega that he can pick up. And Cypher, what can he actually even get done here, Wheat? He has to win himself an item.
Yeah, an item and then a really solid dual-wield attack, which is probably not going to be this one, and no, it's not. In fact, that just adds yet another frag to Wenger, and here's where it could get pretty bad. A spawn by Cypher over near the Mega Room. Double rockets come out, and Cypher does manage to clean that one up. Very impressive from the position in which he was fighting from, and he makes this a 1-frag game once again. A bit surprised, but just goes to show the back and forth that can happen here.
It's good. Ooh, it's really nice actually as well, because in one foul swoop, Cypher's back in the game. He'll get himself both of the major items. He's done a lot of damage as well. So Wenger now feeling the pressure that Cypher has been under for the past 6 minutes. This has been a grueling affair, but it seems like he's had enough of it, and he wants to show off that he is very proficient with the LG as well. Comes around the corner. Surely he can tie this up 4-4.
Well, Mega's going to be up. He's certainly going to try right here. He's got plenty of time to make his way over to the heavy. Rocket jump up from the light room, and he's going to keep this chase up. He's got his LG locked, and we're going to have heavy in just a moment. Is he going to head on over and go there? Yeah, probably cut Wenger off at the pass. There he drops down. Just checks his 6 to make sure that Wenger isn't going to come in from the back hallways. Great rocket by Wenger, but once again positioned perfectly for this Mega. Cypher now fighting from below. Dual wheel comes out. Rocket jump up. Doesn't quite make it. That could have been real nasty, but he survives. Still has the better stack. Is Wenger going to continue to push here? No, he'll back off.
Nearly at the 8-minute mark, Cypher. He's still 1 frag down, but the game has been a lot more favorable for him. And he's still playing really smart about this as well. Doesn't push into the pre-fire that came out. Won't take the tri-bolt to the face. But he is facing, holding, ready for the exit to come out from Wenger. Knows exactly where he is. 1 rocket. Make the most out of it. That's one's not going to land. Oh, it's a little bit messy. Mega's up as well. So if he backs off, he's cutting it close in terms of the timing. It is only 1 kill Wheat, but this is definitely putting a lot of stress on Cypher.
Yeah, I do like that Cypher did wait to pull that Mega and kind of press the advantage on his attack. It separated the 2 items by quite a bit, and should make for an interesting next exchange at Mega. The heavy's picked up by Cypher. He's going to rocket jump up for an aggressive fight here. LG coming out and beautifully ticking away those 6s, filling the screen. However, did a lot of damage, and Wenger's able to clean that one up, and suddenly that item separation in terms of time, it doesn't really play into Cypher's hands like he wanted it to.
No, that's a nightmare. Took so much damage into the encounter. He has to get a kill now. He's won himself the heavy, done a lot of damage to cause Wenger to back up, and Wenger's just spotted about the corner of his eye, knows he's being pushed. Cypher just consistently facing this, needs this kill to keep the game in check. He's got him just hanging on by the skin of his teeth. Rotating back, a second till Mega. Cypher, he's right on top of him. Again, clutches it out, but with 1 HP, Wheat.
Oh, yeah. Mega is up, but he's not going to be able to make his way over there. And he's got to be real careful right now. He does pick up that light. That's going to be much better for him. Heavy is up, and suddenly he went from death's door to heaven's gate, and it is now tied 5-5. LG battle here in the mid area, though. And both players backing off, respecting that LG, respecting the aim of the other. And we are going to go into sudden death unless something crazy happens here. And nope, here we are. Next frag is going to decide it.
Wenger. He'll jump down, pick up the Mega. We've still got 3 seconds till Heavy spawns in as well. Cypher fully aware of this, rotates back in with the perfect timing, waiting on the lower ground. Has a sneaking suspicion of where Wenger is. Has that LG primed and ready, trying his luck. Good rocket, that's a nice engagement to do 30 damage, but he's running low on ammo here.
Yeah, 10 seconds until the next Mega dual wield is up. I'm curious to see how Cypher's going to attack this one. Their Mega is up. The slow walk from the mid area and rockets raining down. Cypher's going to go for it. He dual wields. It doesn't give him much. There's the damage comes out. A rocket from down below. The Heavy's going to be picked up by Wenger. And we separate once again. Both players with a very healthy stack. Cypher just a little bit more health overall. We're going to have, I mean, a lot of time until this next battle. And you could see the pace, right? How quickly they've shifted down geared here because this next frag is oh so important.
Well, they respect each other so much as well, right? In terms of competitors, neither one of them wanting to just give that slight 1% that you mess up on a big gamble play. They're playing very slow and proficient, just off the back of the items. Classic stuff, locking down half of the map each. Small tags from either side, never quite doing enough damage to actually engage off the back of it. The one boon that Cypher has here is that the dual wield is back up. LG's pulled out. 5 seconds till Mega's up. He should win this. If he can get himself 2 items into a rotation, it could be his instigation to go for a frag.
And he's going to rocket jump up, immediately popping that dual wield. LG does come out. Wenger is low, but he manages to juke around the 2 pillars and get away. Cypher's going to give chase, though. LG is down. Who's going to win this battle? Wenger very, very low. Cypher also low. Got down to 75 points of health. He's going to retreat and pick up that Heavy. I thought it was going to end right there, Jackie, but no, both players lived in another day. A great rocket come down by Wenger. Once again, both players are hurting bad.
Wait, what? Wenger on the rotation out. The Mega comes up. He had to run. He couldn't heal himself with the timing. Cypher swings and he hits it. He shuts him down. Oh, that was such a crazy back and forth 40 seconds.
It was. I mean, both players saying, I'm taking this side of the map. You can have the other, really being cautious about the engagement that they were going to make. But I think Cypher rotating from the Heavy, over to the light armor room. He went up to the middle level, which I also like because he was not having much luck versus Wenger, who is often fighting from the middle, Cypher down below. He got that last little bit of LG damage, which pushed Wenger enough to then clean up with that machine gun. And we will see the first map go to Cypher. But what a close one into sudden death. And again, if this is an example of what we're about to see in this series, I am here for it.
Oh, absolutely right. For a best of 5, both of them have definitely proved that they're on form. They're matching each other's tempo. They're coming in with confidence, but they're showing so much respect when necessary. This isn't a scrappy game of Quake. This is a very high skill ceiling matchup we've got between these two. And it's beautiful to see the way it was played out, especially for Corrupted Keep to be the first map. You really have to play to your strength. Cypher was tested so much. What was it, like 7 minutes he was out of control for?
Yeah, easy. And then we had the one moment in which he was down to 1 HP. Yeah. And then within a matter of moments, restacked off of that. So a great display of skills all around. And now things might slow down just a bit, which I'm sure both players will welcome, Jackie. We're going to be moving on to Molten Falls, where it's going to be Cypher on the Galena and Wenger playing Anarchy. And I say it might slow down, but it also might not. You just never know, depending on how these two plan to play it. But I think the opening moments are going to be oh so important here as we head to map 2. Cypher can breathe a little bit comfortably having the 1 map win, but in a best of 5, we've only just begun.
Oh, yeah, we're just scratching the surface, especially if we get a tight affair between these two. There absolutely is a timeline where it goes towards that 5th map. Molten Falls, though, is certainly going to be interesting. And to your point about tempo, I think you're right. Like, obviously, there is the opportunity. We're coming in on Anarchy. You could take this fast if you want to. You could take us out of what is the expected norm for Molten Falls, switch up the meta a little bit. I think Cypher would be ready for it. I imagine, obviously, if there was going to be a fight where Wenger wants to play high tempo, Cypher would probably welcome it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, having the Galena, the totems, lot that you could do with that. It can restrict movement in some regards. I don't think that's going to be an issue for Wenger, but we'll have to see how Cypher decides to play this. We are now loading into our second map. Thanks for joining us here for the QPL Stage 1 Finals. It's Championship Sunday, everyone's favorite type of Sunday. $100,000 on the line, and this belt that is just looking on, making sure that we are behaving during our broadcast. One of these players will etch their name in history and on that physical belt as well to be awarded at the end of the season. And map number 2, get your predictions in. Just going to take a quick look over here at what we've got. We've got 70% saying Cypher's winning this one, 33 for Wenger as it changes in the last moment. And here we go. Jackie, take us away.
Oh boy. We've actually had some pretty close predictions with the chats between these two, which is, it's nice to see. They've been very one-sided for a lot of the tournament, so good to see people realizing this is going to be a very back and forth matchup. Molten, though, is now underway. We're 15 seconds in already. The first rotation of items being snatched away and picked up. We're on Wenger's POV. I'm glad we actually start with Wenger's POV as well, because I feel like Wenger is going to be the one setting the pace of the game initially.
Agreed. Yeah, I completely agree. And obviously the movement here for him to be able to do that. And we have Mega up. It's going to grab that. And, you know, I just, after the display of LG that we saw, you know, I oftentimes feel like a lot of victories in here come from that, you know, or frags rather, come from that surprise LG. You fly around the corner, you get, you know, 40, 50 damage with that LG right away. Either you clean up with the LG or you know, a beautiful rail, maybe a rocket. And I'm looking for that to see if that's going to be a method of attack here for either of these players. Wenger, once again, circles back over, grabs the Mega. Both sides pretty much, or both players pretty much taking their own side of the map as Heavy is picked up. A slight delay there by Cypher on that Heavy. First rails come out, and neither of them will connect.
Good reads from Wenger, denying the exit, keeping Cypher trapped as he just plays off the top of the high ground. We've got 8 seconds till Mega spawns in as well, and both of them are actually going to fight for this. He's in close proximity, knows he's there. It's a very risky maneuver, but the rail is lovely. He will concede the item, but that's some big damage done. He actually comes away better in terms of stack as well, because he'll win out with the inject and the heavy. Cypher, feeling the heat, immediately retreats.
Yeah, I wasn't super stoked about that particular attack there from Cypher. He came in barreling, and that could have ended up real nasty, but Cypher kept the attack on, did some damage, so it wasn't a completely lost cause, as we still got Wenger struggling to keep an armor stack here. And right now, just 15 armor, is managing to take care of totems quite well. Has great positioning here for the Heavy, finally puts himself on the armor board, and will need to back off just a little bit. So, you know, I go back to the first question, like, do you think that Wenger is the one controlling the pace? Hold on, double rail, LG coming out just to keep Wenger out of the way, but Cypher pretty low for the first time.
He is. He's in a bit of an awkward spot. Obviously, this is one of the times we're actually seeing Mega going in favor of Wenger as well. Still a second till Heavy's back up. Cypher lurking on the high ground. He can drop on top of it. The Tri-Bolt spam denies the push as well. So finally, they flip-flop in terms of who's controlling what item-wise. Wenger, he's been doing very, very good chip damage. Every time Cypher gets an item, he's walking away with a lot of damage inflicted onto him. And as you said, he's being able to find a good majority of these totems. So Cypher's never really having the opportunity to have an overstack or a pocket heal when he needs it.
Yeah, which I think, you know, you have to be doing at this level. You just cannot give that advantage out. Still hasn't found the one in the lower hallways near Heavy, and Cypher is going to go snag that Heavy, almost negated with a rail there. But Wenger, again, just having trouble keeping his armor stack, and that just goes to show how well Cypher's doing on just chipping away the damage, whether it is a nail gun shot, whether it's a little bit of LG, the Tri-Bolt, all these things kind of playing into that. Great rail coming out from Wenger, going to decide to stick there for a second shot. He does hit it, is rewarded with that Mega, and now going to speed things up here, head on over, but his opponent is nowhere to be found. He'll grab that Heavy very clean.
That was beautiful. Lovely display of the movement. Also, obviously, we had that big conversation about control. Now Wenger is in full control. He's got his hands around the game. Cypher, low on stack, has to be so careful about the way he opts to play this one. They're going head on into one another. LG out on the close corner engagement. Shotgun down the bounce pad. There's a rail to the face that will at least stop him from getting overly aggressive. And this has bought enough time for the major items to be back up as well. So Cypher somehow survives through that. If he gets himself the heavy, he's going to be quite happy.
And that little surprise with the LG is exactly what I was talking about earlier, Jackie. You know, I mean, I think Cypher was lucky that he was able to back into that room, not a place that you just want to run into as Anarchy. A lot of bad things can happen at that point. But that initial damage where suddenly 60, 70 points of health and armor are just deleted. And we still have a scoreless game. 0-0 here. Looking for that first player to kind of pull ahead, and a great read by Wenger, hitting that perfect rails. Opponent comes out of the teleporter, and now a big stack for Wenger, looking for him to speed things up here, look for an assault, and he's going to try to do it over near Mega. Knows where his opponent is actually just going to go out from the top. Has an idea, or at least thinks he does, where Cypher is. And I think Cypher now finally getting all those totems down. The inject does come out, but again, Wenger just can't get in here. The rocket's being fired. Oh my God, he finds an opening. Not sure I agree with what Cypher had there in terms of weaponry. And will we have a follow-up kill? The shotgun coming out, and it is enough. Answered back. Square one is found again. We are tied 1-1 here after a brutal exchange between both these players.
Oh, man. Both of them nearly a 1.5k damage each for their first frags, and they happen back to back. God damn. This is a very intriguing game, a multi we've had so far. A near miss on the rail there for Cypher. He backs off. Heavy's just come up, and Wenger was waiting for it. Mega's up in 5 as well, and there could be a scrap between the both of them. Great movement from Wenger. Forces Cypher back up the stairway, but he's pushing, he's engaging. It's just the exit rails from Cypher that is keeping him alive.
Yeah, he's doing a phenomenal job here. And bad spot for Cypher to be in. Hits the rocket. And then follows up with the LG. Wenger reads that one nicely, changing his routing a little bit too. Decided to go in from down below up the jump pad, just managed to catch Cypher in a place that I don't think he expected, you know, or that Wenger didn't expect Cypher to be. But 2-1, he's got the lead. It was nicely done. I like that play there.
No, it was nice. I mean, it's surprising as well that Cypher actually hit that rail when he was just taking rockets to the face, and it's a good spot to be in. Still so much that could come from this map at the minute. Every time Wenger peaks, he's getting given free haircuts by the railgun of Cypher. His stack is in a horrible spot right now, but Cypher's the complete opposite. Built up, he's got HP, he's got armor, he's ready to brawl. But Wenger is just trying to waste time, using that speed advantage he's got, taking down totems as he goes as well, but they're going to clash. They'll run into one another by the stairwell. This is an important kill to pick up, and Cypher needs to get it. He will get the Mega. There's no more damage done off the back, unless he comes up the bounce pad here and catches him off.
Yeah, and I think he's going to question that. Again, he's going to be much more careful about it. I mean, right now, Wenger's in a mode where he can get from one side of the map to the other in, you know, no time at all. And so Cypher, I do not believe, wants to be surprised again in the way that he was in the opening minutes of this matchup. But the clock is ticking away. 7 minutes, 47 seconds on this clock. Not much time left. Wenger with a nice rail down to Cypher as he picks up that Mega. And Cypher, the burden is on him to find that frag, tie it up, and potentially take it to sudden death. Another inject comes out here from Wenger. He's just spamming away, waiting. Oh, the ninja Cypher sneaking in, grabbing that heavy. Wenger hears it picked up, is like, wait a second, fires away, and suddenly he's not looking good. He gets hit with the rail, down to 22 points of health, and he has got to run.
He's got to hightail it. Tail between his legs. Luckily, he can suck up a couple of the smaller items to build himself up. Good rockets as well, slowing down this push from Cypher. But Cypher, all eyes are on him. It's so important that he gets a kill soon. This game looking more and more reminiscent to Corrupted Keep the longer it goes on. Just one kill needed. He drops in. This is his time, and he makes it work. We go 2-2. We've got about 60 seconds left on this one. It's all to play for here. Cypher is a map up in the series. This would be 2-0 on the board if he clutches it out.
That was a complete download too. Cypher got tagged knowing he was heading over. Oh my God, the double rail comes out. LG, a great defensive position here for Wenger. He is very low. Cypher loses his stack, but quickly gets that heavy. And it could go to another sudden death game here. Jackie, Cypher did catch his opponent down below, dropping from that jump pad, is going to rocket jump up. Grabs that light, and I think both players just going to play it slow, looking for an opportunity. Cypher may have full control here, though, at the sudden death mark. Wouldn't be great for Wenger. Heavy's up.
You can afford to muddy the timing a little bit on this as well. And obviously really slows this down. So the last rotation effectively just comes onto the Mega before we go into sudden death. This will put so much more pressure on Wenger. Cypher, if he does enough damage here, this could be his chance to shut it down. Instead, it will be the Totem that does a lot of the damage as Wenger runs straight into it. He cuts him off as he grinds his way back over. LG boring a hole inside of him. Rockets coming down, drops another Totem as well for the splash. Damage drops into it. He hits the rail wheat, nearly frags him, but he'll clutch it out.
That Totem was beautiful. It was beautiful. I mean, it could have actually been right into that archway, but right, suddenly you see this Totem in front of you. You're getting hit with the LG. The rail shot opens up, but there's only one place for Wenger to go, and that was back, and that was just very, very well done. A beautiful zone there in real time in the middle of a fight with the Totem, and Cypher picks it up 3-2 in sudden death again. Oh man, how do you feel right now if you're Wenger? 2 games that come down to the wire like that.
You've got to be frustrated, right? You've got to be frustrated on how both of these maps have gone so far. There's been so many minute times where Cypher just somehow clutches it out off the back of a huge play. But I feel like for a majority of both of the maps, Wenger was the one that was looking fairly dominant. We saw him having good control. Not as miraculous as it was on Corrupted Keep, but still very, very nice. The movement was sick. We had the times where he was basically just leaving Cypher, limping around for about 2 minutes. But Cypher just brings it back, just hits his shots when he needs to. Even in the face of danger, he still clutches it.
As we see that final frag right there, a great set of LG to finish it off. And now we're going to be moving on to Ruins, where it's going to be, is this right? No, they're not on the right, maybe the picks are, okay, there we go. They're switching over right now. Yeah, Aizen and Doom here. They're switching over right now. Anyway, map 3's coming up. Cypher's got the 2-map lead. Jackie, what are you thinking going into this one? We were calling a 5-mapper here. We're far from it right now.
No, yeah, it is scary, right? Obviously, here's the rest of the veto we potentially have to find our way through, but I suppose here's the crazy bit. As much as this is a 2-0, this really could have gone either way. This could be a 1-1. This could be a 2-0 in favor of Wenger. Like, both of these maps have been just crazy close. But I still think there is a chance we get all 5 week. I definitely think we could end our way on Awoken. But at the minute, if Cypher comes back in swinging on Ruins, maybe there's a possibility. I would outright favor Wenger, though, on the map. I feel like it's just going to click a little bit better for him, especially with the Ranger pick. I do think he has an edge inside of this map.
We're going to find out here shortly. And I'd love to see it go 5. It would be an amazing run here for Wenger. Certainly a player who is capable of doing it. I think a 3-0 here by Cypher would be surprising to many. I mean, we know what Cypher is capable of. It's certainly one of the deadliest in Quake history. But Wenger has put on an amazing show. And you think about it, one exchange in this matchup, one different decision, and that could have gone a completely different way. So the fact that these two are having photo finishes every single game says that Wenger could absolutely take the next 2 maps, forcing it to a 5th. Ruins of Sarnath is going to be our next map. And now, exciting. Thanks for joining us here for the QPL Stage 1 Finals. It's Championship Sunday. $100,000 and that belt on the line. And about ready to embark on another journey. Map number 3.
And this one should be a belter as well. I think Ruins always provides some fun gameplay. It always gives us those little tight moments, especially when you have Wenger with the Dire Orb as well. Very, very effective. I've seen him do some crazy things. I don't know how he pulls it off, but this man can pull off the most clutch orbs at times. I think him and Razy are up there for some of the biggest historic ones. So we'll see if he has a few of those into this map as we're into it. We're kicking it off. We're starting off with Cypher Cam. He's already 2-0 up. Can he get himself a third and final map? He's pulling out the shotgun and dealing so much damage, but he's low. 13 HP. Lucky that rail missed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised Cypher pushing it right there, but he wanted to go for it, and he's just got that little baby shotty, and he's still gonna go for it. And Wenger knows, he knows that he is a limping, very hurt prey, and what a spawn too. It's Wenger's gonna drop down, no conversion happening right there, but interesting opening here on Ruins. Turret comes out. Cypher Wenger's gonna dance around that one, hitting a nice rail, a follow-up rail. Where's number 3? He misses that one. Is he gonna find it? Nope, he's got to deal with the turret first, and now we'll be back on the chase.
That was a great display as well of the benefit of having that orb available to you twice in that one encounter where Cypher turned, believing it was going to be the late teleport from Wenger. Just the mind games, leaving him so susceptible for the rail damage. Really nice play from Wenger. He's a frag up. Yes, that opening frag was certainly a scrappy one. I think it was quite a ridiculous bout between the two of them, but it bodes well for him. Aggression from Cypher, though. Fighting deep there. Wanting to force him back so there's no chance he can get the Mega. He won't get it. He'll drop down onto the lower levels, and they get into an LG battle. Cypher in a better spot from Stack. Comes in from the high ground, hits him with a rail. If he gets the heavy as well, this will be beautiful. He's taking a lot of damage, but he gets himself the heavy. Another rail coming out weak, but that one misses.
Wow.
The HMG hits, and Wenger's back up 2-1.
I mean, that orb from Wenger there was beautiful. We saw the model of Cypher like turn around, like, wait a second, I think he's going to be behind me. It was such a good fake out, a nice bait happening right there. But of course, Cypher is able to pick up the frag to tie this game back up. But I love what we're seeing already, Jackie. This is great. These two definitely battling it out, knowing that their tournament lives are on the line. Cypher looking good to potentially move on, but this is everything for Wenger.
It's crazy how quickly this game's erupted into carnage as well. The scoreline being bloated more and more, but look how tight these fights are. Both of them down to 15 HP, stuck on the lip. He had the LG out, but the shotgun prevails. And Cypher, he's been pumped out by Big Papa Pump the Shotty. Oh, peeking in again as well with the railway. This is just carnage, mate. He's hit the rail.
God, 3-3, beautiful rails raining down from all around the map. The turret is going to come out for some positioning, and is this the first? Yep, that is the first. No, it's not. I lied. But we see Cypher finally getting that mega health pickup. He's sitting on a very good stack right now, but 3-3 tied up. Basically, both players getting a frag a minute at this point. And we have these moments where everyone catches their breath, and then a couple of rails are thrown out, and then it's carnage again.
God, trying to match the tempo at the minute, just a kill a minute for both of them. They've both got 3 frags, and the smallest little factors affecting the outcome of these fights. This time the LG working out a little bit better when it's got ammo, but it will be the rail with 3 HP from Cypher. Slides in, snatches away the kill, gets the Mega as well off the back of it to at least buff out the damage he's taken. Turret down for the early warning, but look at his LG weight. I knocks him out.
Beautifully done. 2 frag lead now is just remarkable what we're seeing so far. Cypher very, very low. Wenger knows it. The rails and the LG in this matchup right now, both players shooting above 50% rail, and both players with a 44% LG, neck and neck. And we cross over the 4-minute mark. We've got a little bit of time before heavy, and there's enough time between these two items. Actually, Cypher's gonna have to give up the heavy here, and that's gonna go to Wenger. He's got a great stack right now.
Wenger 2 kills to pick up to start to close the distance that is building. Both of them locked into Mortal Kombat here as they'll turn around the corner, being battered. Oh, he took so much damage from the rockets, but he still hits Sublime Rails. That was a sexy shot. And we're nearly at 5 minutes. 1 frag difference now. This is doable, but Wenger Stack is in a rougher position. He has to get himself some armor to play with. Heavy's up as well, and Cypher will grab it.
Yeah, waiting for his opponent to come to the jump pad. Gonna get some revenge here. Not quite, but very low. Cypher's stack goes from hero to 0 as he has no health and armor to his name. Wenger, a great read from his opponent. Knew that he was gonna have to give up the heavy, but positioning over there by the jump pad, a ton of damage dished out. He now has himself the Mega, will quickly pick up a light, suddenly back in this game. And I do love that Cypher did not let that other orb distraction phase him at all. He's going to go up the jump pad again, sees the turret there, and another rocket jump over to the Mega area. The turret is back down. It is quickly dispatched. Lines up for a rail, but Cypher, hearing his turret go down, knows that he should go the other way. Wenger with just a solid control right now.
Oh, yeah. And he's closing this one. That's a near miss on the rail, though. And Cypher darting back and forth. And he reveals his face. The rocket will hit him, and he's blown to bits. The scoreline finally tied up. 6 minutes have passed. There's 4 minutes left in this bout, and both of them have slain one another 5 times. This could be the 6th kill for one of them, though. Leaping over the top of the rocket, Wenger nutmegging that one, but the second will do a bit more splash damage. And Cypher, he's really swinging for that. He will win himself the Mega and really impose some damage onto Wenger. This has got to slow him down a bit, Wheat.
Just a little bit, and he's going to have to reposition here for the heavy. A fight's going to break out. A quick little peak rail coming from Wenger, and Cypher is going to get that heavy. Turret dispatched in the upper levels as Wenger is going to prepare for potentially assault here on the Mega. Hasn't worked out. This time he's actually in Mega room positioning. He only has 1 rail shot available. He sees the rocket come in. He knows that it is time to back out of there. And heavy battle going to come up next. Or not.
Give that one up. The Eye Orb goes out. Teleports his way back over. 15 seconds till Mega's up. There's quite a big divide between both of these, so this could aid Cypher massively. Wenger setting up, listening out for the audio cues as well, as he can grind down the time on this one. Both of them can afford to burn that clock down if possible. Beautiful trap. Good execution with 100 damage from the rocket. The transition to the rail not as clean though, and he's in a bad spot. An even worse spot when Cypher just pummels him, puts him in a pine box. He's dead, Wheat.
I mean, you know, those matches, those boxing matches where the 2 boxers are just like, they throw defense aside and they just like throw the largest haymakers that they can. It's what I feel like happens here in these exchanges. And then they'll back off to their corners and then the round starts again. Right now, Cypher in the lead, 5-6. We're looking through his POV and the clock is ticking away. Jackie, now, I mean, this is big with Cypher in the lead. He gets this map. He's going to eliminate Wenger, and he will advance on. Fight in the heavy room. The Die Orb comes out, and it works. It gives him the position to clean up with the LG. We're tied back up 6-6.
Oh, boy. He heard what you were saying, Wheat. And it's got him ready for war at this point. Wenger bringing the game back and really hitting like a truck. Cypher flattened by the rail damage. His stack is in a horrendous spot. Mega comes up as well, so Wenger, he's going to be smiling with this. He's got so much weight to throw around, but if he can locate Cypher here, with a bad spot he's in, it could have been even better. Issue is he didn't know where he was. Drops down and instead just plays off the back of the major items. 6 kills a pop for the stack in favor of Wenger. He's just taking his time with this as well.
Yeah, I mean, Wenger's in a great spot right now. He's got timing on both of the major items. He's got a full stack. He could just run items until the end of the clock and take it to sudden death yet again. I don't know if he should, get too aggressive here. Looking for that frag. Landing a nice rail, though, might give him an opening. He's going to drop down to the lower level. He decides to back off. It's time to re-get those items and could have an opportunity again. Hit with the rail. LG damage does come out. Great rocket to the rail. Beautiful conversion. 7-6. Wenger in a great spot right now.
He's just got to hold on. All he's got to do is keep on to this lead now for the next 30 seconds, and we will get another map. He will get another chance to keep himself going on in the lower bracket. But Cypher, his confidence is not getting any lower. If anything, it seems like he is getting invigorated off the back of how close this map is, taking the fight towards Heavy. Both of them firing off rails, but neither of them landing. Cypher gets the Heavy, but he's only got 15 seconds to find Wenger. The same position. Deja vu once again as he plays off the trap angle. 8 seconds left. The Dire Orb gets him out, and I think he's got it. He's taken the map. We're going to another one.
We are nicely done by Wenger. Such a clutch ending to that map. You know, we were talking about the fact that Wenger had control at that moment. He had the superior stack, and it was a rail that just like busted the locks on the door and let him kick it in and get that frag. I think that comfortably, you know, thanks to a few of Wenger's decisions that he made there at the end, he set himself up very nicely for a map win. Much unlike the last two games where it was a toss-up, right? I thought anyone could win that one. So I feel like Wenger put out an insurance policy near in the final, 90 seconds of that game, played it real smart, and with that one rail opening was able to close it. And that's one rung of the ladder. Still got a ways to go, Jackie, but Wenger absolutely needed that to stay alive.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's the start of the reverse sweep territory. It's sick as well, right? Because one of the things we're seeing from this replay is so many of the times that Wenger just got into the mind and was living in Cypher's head rent-free with that Dire Orb. He made his life hell on Ruins purely just by casting it out at the right times. Really, really nice play.
Yeah.
The crazy bit about it, though, for me, is how many of the fights felt like went in the opposite person's favor when someone else had the advantage. Like, Cypher should have won so many of these kills where Wenger would just clutch it out, and the same would happen for Cypher. Just such a bizarre map, but a brilliant one.
Yeah, I mean, that just goes to show, too, when these players are hitting their shots, that's exactly what can happen, right? Also, so many really impressive rails. LG was just hyper on for everyone. And those percentages are a little hard for me to read, so I won't even try. But yeah, I mean, it's just such an impressive display there from Wenger. And now Cypher still on potential series point here if he wins this map. But now the momentum shifts, and Wenger has the opportunity to squeeze through. And this, I'm really excited for this matchup. Deep Embrace. We've got Athena versus Strogg. And I just cannot wait to see how these two champions and players clash on Deep Embrace.
Oh, mate, just having these two champs on this map's exciting. But you're right, because it's being piloted by some of the more flashy players, they got a lot of pizzazz. Everyone knows that. You can see it just by looking at them. They have style coming out their ear rolls, And when we get into Deep Embrace, this is just going to be a big match to show off, right? There's going to be so much aggression. Specifically, I'm looking forward to the Athena play as well. I think Athena's going to be unreal on this.
I think Athena aggression is so much fun to watch. It is hyper risky, right? I mean, we've seen some of the most beautiful grapple kill conversions, but we've also seen some real like face palms, like, oh God, definitely the player didn't expect that to happen. Which way will it go? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But yes, this one is going to be pretty interesting to see how it plays out. I like that we don't necessarily have a bruiser matchup here on Deep Embrace. A little bit of movement, a little bit of speed, and should be excited to see the fireworks on this one.
Oh, it's going to be so damn good. We're into it. Obviously, Cypher, if he gets this, he'll still win the series. If Wenger takes it, we're tied up 2 maps to 2 maps. And the final map of Awoken, with very interesting champion picks, will decide the outcome of who stays alive in the bracket. We're starting off with Cypher, though. He clocks Wenger, but Wenger actually hits him with a rail. Rocket's coming in as well, as both of them try to dance out a dodge and keep themselves alive here.
Oh, I think Rail's going to be a big decider here for this matchup. Peeking around the corner. Ooh, almost a chance for a rocket in the back, but Wenger's sixth sense kicks in, and he happens to just back away. From Cypher's view, I'm not sure what happened there. We did see a grapple come out. Well, grapple will get him into Mega and then out as Cypher just keeps on tracking. He's going to let the heavy sit there, and I like this. He just saw his opponent pick up Mega. He's able to pick up the heavy, delay it just by a few seconds. Rails are going to come out, and again, I think Rails are going to be a big decider here on Deep Embrace.
Oh, yeah, they will be. We've seen them be clutched so many times. Smooth transition into the Pika. That was lovely. The play from Cypher there with the Pika instigated enough damage to know he had the edge. Pika straight to the head of Wenger and then finishes him off with the LG. Goes back in for a second kill as well. Wenger, even though he's quick with the grapple, he does go down as Cypher will slay him once more. Already 2 kills in the first minute and 30 seconds. And you know what? Why not get a third?
Wow. Oh, what an explosive start here by Cypher. I mean, you know, a couple of unforced errors here. Unfortunately, now Rails picked up by Wenger. It does manage to give himself some breathing room there, hitting a very nice rail. But, I mean, the Peaker just absolutely doing a ton of damage. That LG float as he grappled across the gap. A couple of unfortunate moments there for Wenger, and hopefully that doesn't affect his mindset in this particular game. Down by 3, but on Deep Embrace, 3 frags can come as quickly as we just saw right there. So certainly not out, but Cypher's playing this one beautifully so far.
So nice to see. Gets him off the back of the audio cues as well. Exactly where he was. Both of them doing a lot of damage to one another. Mega's up here for Cypher. It's going to be quite rough for him to grab it. He'd still be exposed, realizing that. He instead heads up to the high ground, playing with the mind of Wenger for a bit until he doubles back to pick it up. So they both get a major item apiece and alleviate the damage that was done. Swinging in, though, this could be rough for Wenger. Another Pika play pulled out from Cypher, dips down towards the murder hole. And this is really turning into a game of cat and mouse. The rail shot would have been absolutely outrageous if he landed it. But he does finally miss one shot, proving that he is in fact human and not an AI designed to play Quake.
Yeah, and I mean, I fear what would happen if Cypher started hitting more than a 16% rail right now. He hasn't really been hitting those shots, but it hasn't mattered because he's been cleaning up just fine. LG and Peaker have been doing a lot of damage here. Fight at the mid. LG coming in huge yet again. Wenger incredibly low. His opponent knows it. They do trade here, but that still goes in favor of Cypher. Off the spawn, he is going to get the Mega. He'll be able to rearm. A couple nice rockets coming out here, but Peaker also up. The heavy is going to be next up to be grabbed. Cypher grabbing a light and going to make his way over there. Wenger has got it though, and we're back to square one.
Ooh, this is rough. Obviously for Wenger, we were saying how excited we were to see that Athena pick, but the issue is, I think Cypher, showing off the reality of the situation. It felt like he'd got a backstab off onto him, Cypher. Oh, his spidey sense tingles. He'll switch back around, gets himself a 5th kill. And this is just terrifying, Wheat. The Strog bullying Athena here, taking the items whenever he wants it, and the Pika plays have been so nice as well. He's farming up those hourglasses. Every one of the Pikas has been so effective. His LG's on point as well. But finally, Wenger looks like he has something to benefit him. The rail did a lot of damage. Cypher, not really in position to get too much as well, because both of the major items are down for 15 seconds. If Wenger can get a bit of an edge off the back of this, it could be a nice start.
Yeah, Cypher's playing such an interesting game of Deep Embrace right now. You know, not prioritizing the rail, but instead the LG. And it not only has allowed him to just get a ton of damage, but, you know, catching Athena in a grapple means it could be a whole lot of stack damage that you can get out there. Peaker also coming in big on this one too. So, you know, it's just really interesting to see how he's choosing to engage, not really over prioritizing that mid area. And once again, we have a battle here through the teleporter. He goes, LG double rocket, and we will have another trade. And you know what? At each one of those trades, Cypher's like, great, I am still in the lead by 4. Wenger got to fight his way back from each and every one of those. It gives him a chance to reset, but every one of these trades has gone in Cypher's favor.
Oh, mate, they're trading so much, they're going to have all their master stats completed if they carry on like this. The LG, though, just doing so much damage. Finally, a kill where Wenger doesn't get traded as well. He actually picks that one up scot-free, but he did take a lot of damage, and the items aren't up for some time as well. So Cypher, if he closes the gap between the both of them, this could be 7-3. At that point, you would be terrified as well. Wenger, he realizes that he needs to win this map. And with the amount of damage he's sustaining, I don't know if that's going to be happening.
Yeah, I mean, Wenger's wishing that Cypher had an LG in his hand, because when he doesn't, he starts hitting his rails suddenly. But I do like what Wenger is doing, right? Suddenly answering back with LG, which is, I think, if he's got this stack, a smart move to make. He's done a lot of unresponded to damage there. A couple of nice rockets. We got the grapple to get position. Will not want to engage with Peeker at all, and so we'll get out of there sitting on top of that Mega now. Going to come in soon. Cypher in with the LG. Mega's picked up. A little slight miss on the grapple there, but it does get him out of there. But Cypher comes right back and once again tracking down his opponent, knowing he's low, and finishing off with the LG. Still a 4-frag lead with about 3.5 minutes left to go.
Cypher on the bush up towards Heavy. Does fall.
Wenger needed that.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary though, right? Because obviously, even though that's your opening to at least get back in, he's got his foot in the door. I think getting much more is going to be a struggle, especially when he's doing little bits of damage, but the play's coming out. Nice flick there, actually, on the rail, though. That does take down the Pika and stop it from giving Cypher an even bigger opening. Fighting from the low ground with the LG, he's still hitting his shots. His LG's been unbelievable. And against the light champion as well, I mean, it makes sense, right? He's just ruining him every time. Charges back in with the weapon. It's all he seems to need, Wheat, but from the low ground, dancing around Wenger, back-to-back rails. This is good. They're both in close check. He gets the Mega, but he needs to get the kill. Time's ticking away.
Over. Oh, there's a nice rail, and that's exactly what Wenger needs to be doing right now. You know, hitting those long distance trails where Cypher's LG is not going to touch him. 50% of Cypher's damage has come from that lightning gun, and Peeker's doing a lot on his own. Can he clean up on that one? Actually, Peeker doesn't do as much damage as I think Cypher would have liked him to. He's going to back off now, putting himself in position to rail as Wenger jumps over that one. And now dropping down the middle. Wenger now with a reasonable stack here. He has the opportunity. Again, the LG just pushing Wenger away, not letting him push on positions, and grappling towards the opponent. Offensive grapple, gets hit with the rail, but can follow up and does clean up that kill with the LG. We've now made it a 1-point game.
A spoonful of lightning helps the medicine go down here for Cypher. He will fall 6-7. Wenger, though, in such a bad spot. If he buckles now, it could doom the rest of this map. Takes down the Pika, holding on as much as he physically can. Mega was up and Cypher's claimed it. Heavy's not up for another 10 seconds as well. This next frag matters so much. He's got to make use of that grapple. He's just got to keep running away until he finally has a chance to get an item and get back into the game. If he finds the kill, takes it 7-7, he would have around 60 seconds to do it, and it's entirely possible. His rail's been unbelievable, but it's his rockets that are coming in clutch now. Cypher's HP dropping, but that near miss might have doomed it.
Oh, yeah, really tough because Cypher can sit in this middle area, watch the entire map. Mega is up, rails are shot. Oh, I mean, Wenger putting everything on the line here, going for these final shots. His tournament life is on the line. If Cypher wins this one, he will advance. Wenger will be eliminated. And Wenger still has about 45 seconds. The Heavy's picked up. Wenger hears that. Not a great position to be in. He gets caught trying to go through the murder hole and down to 48, now 68 points of health. He's got no armor stack at all. And a rail from Cypher will give him now a 2-frag lead. And is that going to be it, Jackie?
It's gotta be the Pika sealing the deal there as Cypher will shut him down 9-6. It's done. You said this one looked like a boxing match. I think at this point the final bell has been rung and Cypher will take a bow. Oh, Wenger coming in as well. A heartfelt comment there and genuinely a crazy matchup, right? This series has been ridiculous. Either one of them could have taken it. The first two maps decided by 1 kill in sudden death week. Just a beautiful series.
It hurts a lot. Good games, well played. Good luck for the rest. Those are the final in-game words of Wenger, showing a lot of respect to his opponent. And I can imagine that that hurt a little bit to watch, right? I mean, Cypher, I think, played so incredibly in that last map. Based off of the information he had from the 3 maps before it, we knew that was going to be an unorthodox Deep Embrace game, and it was. But you think about some of those early kills on that map. I'm specifically thinking about the one where we saw the Athena grapple over the gap to Heavy, and it was just an LGer's dream to just follow him across. And that early lead kind of let Cypher set the pace of the entire matchup. But let's bring Lethal in and see what he has to say about that one. A 3-1 victory for Cypher. Lethal, what do you think?
It was just a beautiful display of Quake, wasn't it? The fact that the first 3 maps, 1 frag difference, only the most minuscule mistakes from both these players, but we have to talk about that last map. That's the best use I think we've seen of PK throughout the entire tournament. Always used it when Wenger was caught off guard. Great plays for the Heavy when he was trying to approach it. And yeah, like you said, you said it on numerous occasions. BLG, and it's very difficult when you're grapple hooking like to top mid to have such good tracing and good accuracy to do at least 30 to 50 points of damage and then be able to take him off guard. You saw that again, Cypher just making sure that he could not get anywhere. But I don't think Athena was a bad pick. It's a very good pick, but just his Strog, especially with the Pika, was just that much better.
I think the reason why it hurt so much, even though obviously the Athena pick, it could have been sick and it worked out well in the movement, it's just that Cypher's LG ruined her. Every time that they would get into an encounter, you'd see Wenger was doing really good damage with the rail, but the LG would just annihilate him. And Cypher's LG has been on fire this whole tournament.
It has been. I mean, kind of, mentioned it during the matchup, a little bit of deprioritization on that rail and just hyper-focusing on the LG. So many moments there where there was just a ton of unanswered damage. And I didn't check there at the very end, but at midway point, over half of Cypher's damage was from the LG, capturing his opponent off guard, using it to gain advantage, push him away, etc. is very nicely done. Cypher will move on, and I believe that we will have Cypher here to talk to in just a moment. Our next lower bracket round 5 is going to be coming up after the break. It's going to be Razy versus Base. Another just incredible matchup coming your way. But that was just such an epic series. Every single series we've seen today has been a 3-1 for the victor. And we've certainly been entertained this entire time. So I think we've got Cypher on standby. Let's bring him in and talk a little bit to him. And there he is. Congratulations, Cypher, on your 3-1 victory.
Hello, guys. Thank you so much.
So I want to just talk about the last game to start off. We were excited for this one on Deep Embrace because Strog versus Athena certainly was going to give us a very action-packed game. It seemed like you cared kind of less about the rail and were really prioritizing your LG, as I was mentioning earlier. Can you just give us your thought process on how you were going to attack that game versus Wenger on Athena?
Yeah, I just had to play like really consistently, and I don't believe in my rockets or rail. I mean, like, it's good, yeah, for sure, but it's just so many times when I screw the situation just because I use not LG, So this time I decided to use more LG to not get trapped into some mistakes and stuff like this, like more consistent damage, better.
Yeah. Great. Lethal or Jackie?
Yeah, I thought Harry was going to come in.
I thought you were too.
No, it's fine. I'm starstruck, mate. I've missed seeing you, Cypher, but it's good to have you back, brother. Genuinely, man. One of the things I wanted to ask you about was on Ruins, because some of the fights on Ruins felt like they should have gone in either way, if you know what I mean. It always looked like Wenger should have won some of the engagements he went for and you'd pick them up. Did it kind of feel that way with how you were playing it?
Yeah, well, I played it more openly than previous 2 maps before it, and I think I made more risks than I should do, especially with this, when I was leading 1 frag, and I thought that I can actually kill him on Heavy. I was really surprised I died there.
Right.
And
We were too.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah, I mean, like Ranger with his orb, really like changing from up to down everything.
Yeah.
Cool. I was going to say about that matchup, or just overall in the tournament, you've been playing very strong since the entire weekend. But today, I feel like your accuracy is a bit better. Your counter aggression to certain situations has improved massively. Do you feel like you're at your peak performance heading into today?
Oh, I don't think so that I played today better than yesterday. I mean, like, yeah, I lost to Rafa, but as I said before, I didn't stress about that because Rafa plays totally differently. He catches you totally in the places where you... Yeah, he's the only one like this. And that's it. The rest of the games, I think that I played pretty good, to be honest. Against CNZ and Dahang.
Well, Cypher, you are going to move on, and you will be playing the winner of our next matchup, Razy versus Base. I know you've got a big day ahead of you, but congratulations, an excellent, excellent victory, sending Wenger home and advancing on. We really enjoyed the games, and we wish you good luck on your upcoming matches.
Thank you so much.
Take care. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it is more lower bracket action as we find out who will move on to face Cypher. Will it be Razy? Will it be Base? Well, we're going to have to see an explosive matchup first in order to find out. Gents, stick around. We will be back for more. We're going to take a quick break, but we return. The QPL Stage 1 Finals Championship Sunday continues after this.